All right, Shalom. First, I start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This real quick. Does New York have gangs? Because I was looking into a lot of little gang information. Because Jake, they're going to turn to their gods. And with the whole shit that's going on in Chicago with the whole unity, black and brown coming together, they coming up under the gang mentality. But since they want to be the forerunners and push this peace movement, the rest of the Jakes around the country gonna follow. But it's all that's a setup, man. All that's not gonna help. It's not gonna save them, because it's against the Bible. The Lord said that the neighbors are gonna fight. Egyptian against Egyptian. There ain't gonna be no peace between y'all and these gangs up under them demonic ass vibrations and worshiping of idols and things of that nature, man. So all that shit gonna be done away with. But I'm getting that New York today. I already read a couple Chicago ones. I gotta put those videos up. But it's all idolatry, man. And it's gonna get you destroyed if you partake in them gangs. If you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite like a lot of them niggas do, we know that we Israelites, but y'all still gang banging. You can't say that you can't gang bang. You can't mix the gang with the truth with the Bible. It's Satan and the Lord. How about Shema Shai, man? So you got to pick a side. So this is yes, New York City and the wider state have significant gang activity, including major national street gangs, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings. All these were started by men. And Jake and them depend on the literature from this, like how you would depend on the scriptures, which is going to be detrimental to them. It's going to lead them to their destruction. Local crews, prison gangs, and the traditional mafia. 5 families, all involved in various crimes, from drug dealing and gang violence to extortion, with law enforcement actively targeting these groups and participating as well as higher ups, But yeah, it says the 5 families. They say the 5 families are over and done with, or not operational like how they used to be. If you in the mafia, the mob, call yourself Italian. The Italians were Israelites. Stem from black men, the Moors from Spain. They were Moorish Americans having sex with lighter complexioned women. Out came Italian-looking people, Italian-looking man and woman. So yeah, if you up in even in that life, if you still partake and calling yourself knowing the truth and wanting to be a part of the truth and believing in the truth, don't wait till the last minute. But it says types of gangs in New York. National street gangs, affiliates of the Bloods, Crips, and Latin Kings are active, often operating through smaller sets or crews. Local street crews, hundreds of smaller localized groups exist, sometimes emulating national gangs. All these gangs and all these people are eventually going to end up rising up and fighting each other, man. Let me go ahead and grab this precept, because I can picture it, The Lord hate the gangs. We hate the gangs. Y'all think y'all doing righteous when y'all really doing wickedness, man. And in Chicago, they mentality and the way they act is based off of the literature that they learned from the gang. This Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Egyptians versus the Egyptians is the people, because this is the modern day Egypt. And Jacob's taken on Egyptian customs, especially the women. So I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. All that unity shit and us coming together, the gang squashing the beef, and y'all gonna come together to fight against the white man for sure. But a lot of y'all gonna fight against each other as well, and everyone against his brother, against his neighbor, city against city. See, city against city. and kingdom against kingdom, and that's what you seeing going on right now with the whole Venezuela, the U.S., Iran, Israel, Russia, Ukraine. That's all that is, and eventually America and versus Russia and China and things of that nature. But that's what you see going on. That's what the near future has to hold, man. So this gang shit ain't gonna help y'all. It's not gonna deliver y'all in those days, and it's not delivering y'all now, man. You might see if you don't have the spirit of the Lord, you're not gonna make it. You think you tough right now, but when all hell break loose, he just announced the Hunger Games. Lord willeth, they announce the purge. Or shit, don't announce it. Just get the shit cracking. You know, you're going to see a lot of them tough guys acting like women in those days. But it says, local street crews, hundreds of smaller localized groups exist, sometimes emulating national gangs. You know, Jake gonna be making up their own names, but be a part of a different gang. Prison gangs. The Bloods, Latin Kings, and Nettas are prominent within the prison system. All idol worship, all satanic. You know, all against Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why you niggas gonna be in prison when the nuclear missiles hit this place, and y'all ain't gonna be able to run. You know, some of y'all might starve to death in them prisons because y'all gonna be might get kept in your cell and might not get nothing to eat because of the famine or whatever the case may be, man. It says organized crime, the traditional mafia, 5 families: Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, how you say this? Is it Lucchese? I might be pronouncing it wrong. Forgive me. Still operate in illegal businesses. Oh, see, they say they still around. Just Google. You know, they watching everything, putting it all on Google, man. It's a key issues and law enforcement. Violence. Gangs are heavily involved in shootings, drug trafficking, and other violent crimes, leading to large-scale arrests and task forces. See, if Esau would implement the law, statutes, commandments of the scriptures, who's supposed to be put to death? These guys that's killing each other. These guys that's doing witchcraft. There's a lot of witchcraft involved in them gangs. These guys that's selling the witchcraft and killing their own people. You niggas are supposed to be put to death. You know? These unruly ass children. If you bring them to the congregation and what is it? Stone them. Yeah, I bet you motherfuckers straighten up then. They adultery. Motherfuckers that committed adultery probably be put to death. I bet you will straighten up then. Violence is the next key issue. Oh, slack it. New York PD database. The NYPD maintains a criminal group database to track suspected gang members. Cracker got y'all tagged. Oh, white man got y'all tagged. Edomite got y'all tagged. Members for heightened surveillance, a practice that has drawn scrutiny. Yeah, because they don't have no privacy. It's against their rights. They got, if I'm not mistaken, stop and frisk down there, and a lot of them guys that's in them gangs is working with the police. You know, and a lot of them police officers are part of them gangs, just like in the military. Who the fuck you think? You know, it's common fucking sense, man. It says examples of activity. Recent operations have targeted gangs like Two Fly and BNB in the Bronx, resulting in numerous arrests for violent crimes. Feuds between local gangs such as Wooski and LA World in East Harlem have led to significant gun violence. And this shit is childish. It's fucking stupid, man. It is fucking stupid. The names that y'all give yourselves and whatnot, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add these precepts. This is just something quick. I'm gonna get in detail with these gangs. Y'all about to in the near future. Oops. What is this one? I got too many tabs open. How you got all these fucking tabs open all of a sudden? God damn. I'll be so quick to put the strike while the iron's hot. Be forgetting. I don't be having these tabs closed. This is I'm gonna start with this Job. Chapter 9, 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who runs the world right now? Who runs the earth? Same difference. The white man. He is the wicked according to the Bible. Or one of the wicked. Jake is known as the wicked just as well as the heathen are also. But he is the wicked, the number one wicked. You know. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Who is the top judge? God. Then whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whom names Yahweh Shai. God name is Yahweh. Then you got the prophets and the teachers, the angels. How did he cover their face? Iconoclasm, destruction of the Slakia. The Renaissance period when he oh no, yeah, that too. But when he turned everybody white, I'm thinking too much. Slakia, he turned all the prophets white. The Bible says that they are men of color. Everybody knows that by now. Iconoclasm means destruction of the image. They destroyed the images. Let me look it up. They messed up the noses and everything. It says if not, where and who is it? If he didn't do it, then who did it? Let me get the definition. Iconoclasm, clasm. I think that's how you spell it. Iconoclasm, from Greek, image breaking or the destruction of the image, is the destruction of religious or political images, monuments, or symbols driven by beliefs that they are idolatrous, heretical, or represent oppressive power. Yeah. Seen historically in Byzantine religious conflicts, right? The Byzantine Empire was the Dark Ages, what they called it. That was the black men ruling. Constantine were dark-skinned men of color, Israelites. So do you see what they say they were? Idolatrous, heretical, and represent oppressive power. Seen historically in Byzantine religious conflicts, 700s, 1800s, Islamic conquest, and the Protestant Reformation, later broadening to anyone challenging cherished beliefs. Types included Byzantine iconoclasm, the theological dispute over icons, Islamic iconoclasm, driven by monotheism and conquest. I'm going to have to look into those ones. And Reformation iconoclasm. Calvinist destruction of Catholic art. Its function is to purify faith, assert political power, or reject established traditions. See, acting as a powerful cultural and religious upheaval. Okay, I'm not going to go into those. Political iconoclasm. Well, no, I can go through them. Byzantine iconoclasm, 726, 843 AD. Imperial campaigns in the Eastern Roman Empire against the production and veneration of religious icons. Image of Christ, Mary, saints due to theological debates and idolatry and divine representation. It says, hold on, bear with me. Which empire fell first? Haven't been through this information in a minute. The Western Empire fell first, traditionally dated to 476 CE, when the last emperor Romulus Augustulus was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. The Germanic tribes were the Israelites, men of color. Who was over there? Judah, Benjamin, Levi predominantly. Then sprinkles of the other tribes. The Western Roman Empire is ran by Esau. The Eastern Roman Empire is ran by Jake, the Israelites. So I'm gonna have to go in detail on what this is speaking on at a later date. Islamic iconoclasm, sporadic destruction of images, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian during conquest as a moral affirmation driven by strict monotheism, seen in the Taliban's destruction of the Bamiyan Buddhists. Okay, Reformation, the 16th century. When did the Renaissance period take place? 1400. 16th century means the 1500s. So this is around the time. Reformation, iconoclasm. 16th century Protestant movements, Calvinists, Puritans, destroying Catholic imagery. Israel was Catholics. Statues, stained glasses, and churches viewing them as idols, exemplified by William Dowsing in England. Political iconoclasm, defacing or destroying monuments of rulers. This is what Esau did. E.g., French Revolution, defacing royal images to erase their power or legacy. And this is what Esau did unto Israel um, during the Renaissance period. Renaissance means to rebirth. You brothers can read into that, and as you can see, there's more periods where iconoclasm took place, which I didn't know that. Just figured that out. So, I'll be able to bring some of that history out at a later date. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. One more time. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right. So if he didn't do it, then who did? And that's why society is messed up now. That's why it's all hell breaking loose the way it is. Esau purposefully did and set his system up to be like this, to what Jake fight each other, because we had curses upon us, and them curses had to come to life via what you see going on now. These gangs as as an example of bringing the curses to life. You know, what is the precept? Ecclesiasticus. It might be 10 and 12. I always get this one wrong. No, I don't. I'm lying. Just Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people. Wise judge. Esau's not a wise judge, man. Esau, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The Lord made a physical counterpart, a physical human being, a physical man, to play out the role of the spiritual demon Satan, the spiritual devil that everybody's supposed to be afraid of in the church. That, the devil, don't let the enemy. That's the white man. That's who he is. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Right? Esau isn't a prudent man, as the judge of the people is himself. Right? He's the devil. The devil is going to do everything contrary to righteousness. That's how he built his society up. So are his officers. So are the people that's up under him. You got the elites, the Illuminati. Then you got the presidents or the kings, and then you got their Senate body. It's been said, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right. So everybody over here is wicked, except for who? The elect, the ones with the men with the truth. Then you got the women that's waking up, and the children as well. The scriptures say, I left 7,000 men, a complete amount of men that will not bow to Baal or Satan. A small sanctuary, meaning there's going to be an elect, a chosen that the Lord has here, that are righteous, that he will deliver during the time of death and destruction. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people. The people are destroyed because what? They following after the ways of an unwise king. Their moral compass is destroyed. That's what the gangs represent. Your morals is in that gang, and the gang is a death culture. The guys that started the gang either died from drugs, gang banging, or some ailment because they don't follow the dietary laws, or whatever the case may have been. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence, the foresight of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. See, the Lord gave this white man his rule, though. This white man didn't just set himself up in power. These proud white people think that they were able to conquer us. conquer the world, and it's more nations out here that's opposed. That's look. The white man is one nation. You got the so-called the 12 tribes of Israel, Puerto Ricans, they own nation. Blacks, they own nation. Y'all get what I'm getting at, man. Y'all ain't had no. You white people is fucking retarded. Y'all didn't have no power. God gave y'all the power. How you come up against them 12? Every nation on earth is afraid of the black man, Latin man, Native American Indian man. You know, yet alone them having their own nations. Against one nation. Come on, man. Let me read it again. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord gave this white man his rule. The Lord can determine who sits on the throne, so to speak. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. See, he's controlling that. And I kind of jumped the gun, but the Lord going to set over one who is profitable. Who is the profitable? The Israelites, because we are the righteous. We are the Lord's people, not the Jews. If the Jews were the Lord's people, we'd be in the kingdom of heaven right now. There would be no wars. Because they got to line up with the Bible prophecy. That's how you know they're not the right people, man. In due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. The Israelites are the ones that's going to be profitable. We're going to subjugate the world through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and all nations are going to have to come to us and adhere to our laws. This next precept, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Right, we in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, going into the end. The ending of Jacob's trouble is when they pushed out the RFID microchip, the MOTB. By that time, all hell will have broken loose. The monetary system would have collapsed. The famine is going. Famine mean lack of food would have took place in certain cities. The pestilence, more diseases, should be taking place in worse diseases should be taking place in certain cities. What else? The riots, Egyptian against Egyptian, the seditions and civil unrest and things like that. All those things gonna take place in these cities to where people gonna be killing each other, eating each other. The animals are gonna get involved. That's the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. Who? The elect, the chosen, the ones that the Lord, the righteous, the ones who didn't bow to the white man, his ways and his world under his laws. Those who are not in gangs. Those who don't support gang members. Y'all got them gang titles and well, I'm not active. Nigga, you still acting like you in the gang. Y'all gonna be destroyed. Y'all gonna kill each other. It ain't gonna be no unity, man. So quit with all that unity shit. Matthew 24. That's a form of deception. I wonder if they collecting tithes and offering in they meeting halls and shit. Matthew 24, 21. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. The tribulation that's coming, the times that's coming, are the worst times ever in history. That's why it says such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. The time that we're coming into is the worst that's ever happened and throughout history of man being on the earth, man. You know, and it's gonna be the worst times. There ain't gonna be no more times that get this bad. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened. That's why the days are speeding up. There shall no flesh be saved, right? Because the white man will kill everyone, even himself. He poisoned everything: food, water, air, and drink the same food. I mean, he might not eat the same food, but he breathe in the same air. He might not drink the same water. But this devil is out and about and around in these places that he has poison, and he's acting like as he's exempt. The fucking crazy part about it, and I think about it, you just had, I think, a Rothschild died recently, and a Rockefeller died. And they had some type of illness. What's the princess of English? I guess she got some type of illness, some type of cancer, as well. Unless they're lying, but they catching the same diseases that the normal person catching, and they the ones who poisoning the fucking world. Stupidity. That's why this devil gotta go. You gotta get this stupid man out the fucking way, man. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. For the elect's sake, the chosen sake, those days shall be shortened. So you should be wanting these days to speed up. You should be happy that the days are ending fast, man. Because we getting closer and closer to leaving this kingdom. I'm ending with this precept. This is Romans chapter 2, verse 6. Who will render to every man according to his deeds. Right? So the things that you are getting yourself caught up in, if it's against the Lord, you're gonna get judged behind it. Harshly. And the righteous is gonna be judged righteously. It says, to them who by patient continuance, patient means suffering, continuance in well-doing, doing the truth, seek for glory and honor and immortality through the word, eternal life. But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, gangbangers, mobsters, mafia, whichever gang, mob, mafia, whatever name, it don't even matter, set, but obey unrighteousness, that is unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, right, man? That's how y'all got, my bad, slack it, that obey, but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish. This is why y'all going through what y'all going through. Y'all catching tribulation. Jacob's trouble is going to be the time of tribulation. Even more. We in Jacob's trouble, but it's going to be a million times worse coming. And anguish. And y'all going to be catching more anguish, more than what y'all catching, upon every soul of man that doeth evil. See? Of the Jew first, and also the Gentile. Right, the Jews represent the tribe of Judah. The Gentiles represent those who didn't know that they were Israelites back in the day. The same thing that's going on right now here today. This accounts for all of Israel. If you don't know that you're Israelite, you're not doing righteous, you're going to perish. You have tribulation and anguish coming unto your death, And then immortality and eternal life is for the righteous, So get out them gangs, get out the mob, the mafia, because it's all idolatry. Men came together and created those groups and established rituals behind them, and literature and all that stuff is against the Bible. Y'all just declared yourselves your own God. But I ain't gonna keep stretching it. With that being said, man, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth in sincerity. Shalom.